Alright, today we're going to be doing a Barrows guide for a lower level account on a tight budget. So if you're looking for high level with max combat, max gear for best money making, this isn't your guide. Look at my previously uploaded money making Barrows guide. This is for just getting your feet wet at the first kind of introductory boss in the game and maybe making a little profit too. So we're assuming that we're pretty broke. This is my setup. This account is a PKer account that I accidentally got defense on turned into a Slayer alt. So we've got 60 attack, 78 strength, 20 defense, 83 range, 82 mage, and 45 prayer. You do need 43 prayer. It's not going to be fun for you without 43 prayer. So the gear that I would bring is you're going to want your highest defensive gear. I only have 20, so I've got Initiate. You can use Proselyte if you've got 30 defense because it does have a nice prayer bonus, but prayer bonus isn't that doesn't really matter that much. You're really losing prayer by sitting in the crypt, not so much by actually using it. So you want damage over everything. So if you've got any better amulets like a Fury or a Torment, any of the Zenite necklaces, or an occult necklace is actually pretty cheap. It's like 250k right now, and it's magic damage boost. The reason I have an imbued cape is because it gives you a percent magic damage boost, and if you do have Zenite bracelet, that gives you a very high magic boost. But we're gonna cast magic using our melee armor because you actually don't need a positive magic bonus to hit really hard with your spells. So for spells, you can bring a Trident of the Sea, Trident of the Swamp, the Toxic Trident, or you can use a Slayer Staff. If you've got 55 Slayer, you can use Magic Dart, which is a very cost-effective spell and very accurate. But we are actually going a step further on the budget, and we're going to be using a Salamander for range and for mage. You can use it for melee, but it's not good, and it takes forever to kill Carl using a red Salamander. So I'm bringing a DDS and a DSim and a defender and a fire cape for the strength bonus. But so this setup, not without the untradables, it's like 115k. It's really low budget. You don't need much with this setup. I'm bringing 4 Peapots that'll last me 2 or 3 trips, and we've got strength potion and a ranging potion just for a little boost to make those guys die faster. Some range gear, my best range gear, range accuracy gear, and that's it. So your first time out here, you're going to want to get a house. So if you don't have a house already, you need a house in Remington. So I'll show you where that is quick. If you teleport to Falador, there's a real estate agent here. Just talk to him, pay 1,000 coins, and that's it. You're good to go. Once you have your house in Remington, then you can use a teleport to house tablet. And we're going to use someone else's house, though. You don't actually need anything in your house. You need 1 construction. But if you go to World 330, which is the house party, first house party world, go to someone's house, like Workless. I know he's got portal to Barrows, but drink from a pool to restore your health, prayer, run, and spec, and then go over to a portal nexus and look for Barrows. So I know he's got his down here, and just click Barrows and make sure you've got a spade. You do need a spade. But once you get here, you'll notice that there's letters above the burial mounds here. The ones in the corners use melee. This one in the middle, they use magic, and down here they use range. So we're going to do the melee guys first, and you want to use magic. You want to use the magic attack style. So the salamanders use tar instead of anything else for ammo, and this tar is dirt cheap. It's like 1 GP each, and you can see if you go to if you go to just like attack, you can see which salamander you can use. If you've got 70 attack, 70 range, 70 magic, go with the black one. That's the best. But since I only have 60 attack, I got to use red, and you look at their bait for their ammo. So Terramintar. So I bought this off the GE. It was like literally 1 gold each. So very, very cost effective. All right, so we're gonna do Darok first. All of these guys, the melee guys, you protect melee, and all of these guys, all the brothers have a special, the special attack. And the special for Darok is that the lower his hit points, the higher his max hit. So if he gets low hit points and you run out of prayer, he can literally one-shot your health. So that's very important to keep protect from melee up and your prayer up. You do lose prayer over time. If you see a head of one of the Barrows brothers as kind of an overlay image, that means that you just lost a chunk of prayer. So you're going for speed here. When you're using magic, though, it doesn't really matter. Just use your best salamander or your best trident or magic dart, or if you really don't want to do anything else, like this guy, he's using water wave, I think. So you can just use some magic spells. So one of these mounds is going to take you to a lower level, and if you get Darok for the lower level, you just need to make sure that you drink a peapot when you run into them. But so you can kill 5 of these brothers just in their normal way that we're doing here. One of them is going to say, "Hey, you found a stairway down below." If you find that while you're going through and killing the other ones, just ignore it. We'll come back to it after we've killed all of the other brothers first. And the reason for that is that the other brothers add to your loot potential. And the more brothers you kill, the more chances at getting a piece of armor as well. So we want to kill all the brothers that we can, and then a couple monsters once we get down into the crypt, and I'll talk about that once we get there. But we're going to kill the 4 corners first, the guys that use melee. The one that we just killed, Guthin, he heals himself with his special attack, so just you'll be protected against it with prayer, but that's what the armor set does if you're using it. Great for Slayer and other things on general PvE combat because it uses less food. Torag's gear, the special is worthless. I don't even know what it does. It's just garbage, and the weapon is garbage, but the gear is very cost-effective tank gear. Very low cost, very high defense. So I use that a lot on accounts where I don't have money if I'm just starting out, or if I have money tied up in other things, then it's a great just budget tank set. So I'm actually going to let my prayer run out here because this guy's not going to do much to me anyways. I've got plenty of food. I want to conserve prayer. That's the most expensive resource that I have in my inventory. Each sip is almost what is it, like it's over 2k, so 2.2k or so. But we are going to take a sip when we get down here. Varric's special though is he can hit through prayer, so even when you're protecting melee he can hit you, but it's still a good idea because he's pretty accurate, so we'll protect, and he's not gonna hit me through prayer every time, so it's no big deal. Just make sure you don't lose track of your health if you do get a little bit lower. And once we kill this guy, we're going to move on to Carl that uses ranged attacks. So we are going to use our DDS spec, our Sim, Fire Cape, Myth Defender for our max strength bonus, and I'm probably going to throw on ultimate strength and maybe incredible reflexes too when we get there. All right, so we've got him down. So one of these two is going to be the crypt. It doesn't really matter which one, but I'm going to just get ready for this guy. I'm even going to use a quick prayer for the 3 that I'm going to turn on when I get down there. So we'll eat up, have some prayer, and I'm going to drink a super strength potion, get my spec ready. There he is. So that means Arum is our brother that's going to be in the lower level. Kind of annoying because then I like to be able to just wear my melee gear down there, and I'm going to actually wear my ranged gear so that I'm ready for him. Oh, I ran out of prayer there. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, he hits really hard. Carl is maybe the scariest Barrows brother. Darok is scary, of course, because he can one-shot you if you run out of prayer, but Carl's sneak up on you. And he takes forever for me to kill on this account. Not very noob friendly. So we are really struggling through this guy, but that's alright. We'll get through it. Okay, there he goes. Okay, so we are going to throw on some ranged gear. Switch my salamander to ranged mode. Oops, shouldn't have drank a peapot there because we are guaranteed to be running through the or I'll just when you're down here, you gotta kill 2 skeletons and 2 bloodworms. So we can use protect. Use with prayer that I just take a pea pot. But the reason that you want 2 skeletons and a bloodworm down here is that it gets you at a very favorable loot potential. You want it at like 86 by the time you're done with all the brothers and all of the monsters, and that formula of 2 skeletons and a bloodworm is just in the sweet spot. So that's what we're going to try and do here. And let's see if we can aggro the bloodworm without the... okay. So I'm actually going to just run through here. See if I can get in the corner. No. These skeletons hit hard on my 20 defense, so... it's super annoying. At this point, I will... yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm just going to kill a rat. Who cares? I'll kill a couple of rats, maybe. No big deal. But a trick that you can use is right-clicking these doors. So it's obviously not this one. This one's too far away for it to work. But as you get closer, you can... it'll say open door instead of examine. So let's see if this one... yeah, open door. So that's our door through. Each of those doors... the outer door is going to ask you solve a little puzzle, but if you have Runelight, it outlines the correct answer in a big green square. So I'd highly recommend using Runelight for this. So we're going to run through the rest of the dungeon here, and when Aram shows up, we will kill him. And if we don't run into him, he'll show up when we open the chest here. So there's the answer in green. Open the door. Get on the floor, drink some pea pots. I'm going to put on Protect Mage. And oops, I opened it before I killed him, so that was a big mistake. I should have only clicked once there, but oh well. I actually got 33k, which is not bad. My biggest expense there was the 2 pea pots, so which is about 19k total. And the monks, which was probably another couple K, so I made 10k profit, but it's 1 in 16 chance to get a piece of gear from the chest. So if you just keep at it, it evens out, and you're going to make a profit by the time you get a piece or 2. So that is the guide. As soon as I should have searched the chest there after killing him. But once you're done, you can teleport back to house. And it's going to take you to Remington, and then you can just start the whole process over. If you've got enough supplies, you can do another run. I'm a little low. I ran a little low on monks. I was just being kind of careless. This is actually the 6th time I've tried to record this, and my mic keeps cutting out, so I'm getting a little sloppy. But that's basically it. If you do get any drops, make sure to post a comment on the video with your drop, and I'll give you some advice how to use the money from the sale. If you're still on a lower level account, I can give you a tip as to what to buy next to progress your account. So otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.